Today we are going to talk about one of the most famous novels in history, a story of love, war, and survival. The book is Gone with the Wind, written by Margaret Mitchell. This book is not just a novel, it is a journey into the past, into the time of the American Civil War, where the world of the southern United States completely changed. Since its publication in 1936, it has sold millions of copies and remains one of the best-known novels in the world. The American Civil War took place from 1861 to 1865. It was a war between the northern states, called the Union, and the southern states, called the Confederacy. The South wanted to continue slavery, while the North wanted to end it. This war destroyed cities, homes, and families, and millions of people lost their lives. Margaret Mitchell, the author, wanted to capture the emotions of this time. She spent almost 10 years writing the book. When it was published, people immediately connected with it because it showed both the pain of war and the personal struggles of ordinary people. The main character of this novel is Scarlett O'Hara. She is a beautiful and ambitious young woman from a wealthy family. Scarlett is not a typical heroine. She is proud, sometimes selfish, but very determined to survive. Scarlett falls in love with Ashley Wilkes, a man who is gentle and honorable, but Ashley is already promised to another woman, Melanie Hamilton. Melanie is kind, loyal, and represents goodness in the story. Then comes Rhett Butler, a bold and practical man who is very different from Ashley. Rhett does not care about society's rules, and his relationship with Scarlett becomes one of the most famous in literature, full of passion, love, and conflict. The story begins in Georgia, in the South. Scarlett enjoys a rich and comfortable life, but everything changes when the Civil War begins. Her home and wealth are destroyed. She faces hunger and poverty. She loses friends and family members. Yet Scarlett never gives up. She does everything she can to survive. She works in the fields, runs businesses, and uses her cleverness to rebuild her life. One of her most famous lines is when she says, "I'll never be hungry again." This line shows her determination to fight against all odds and rebuild her future. Her relationship with Rhett Butler grows stronger during this time. He admires her strength but also challenges her pride. Together, they share moments of love, but their personalities often clash. Scarlett still holds feelings for Ashley, which creates even more conflict. The novel ends in a dramatic way, with loss, heartbreak, and an uncertain future. Scarlett learns the hardest lesson of all, that sometimes love and happiness slip away, no matter how hard you fight. One of the most memorable quotes comes from Rhett Butler, when he tells Scarlett, "Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn." This line became one of the most famous quotes in movie history and shows the end of their troubled relationship. This novel is not only about Scarlett's life, it is about war, destruction, and the power of survival. It shows how people react when their world is falling apart and how hope and determination can keep a person alive. It also explores themes of love and pride, the struggle between past traditions and future change, and the sacrifices people make in difficult times. Another iconic line that shows Scarlett's spirit is, "After all, tomorrow is another day." With this, she reminds herself, and all of us, that no matter how dark life may seem, there is always hope for the future. Gone with the Wind became an international success. In 1939, it was made into one of the most famous Hollywood films ever, starring Vivien Leigh as Scarlett O'Hara and Clark Gable as Rhett Butler. The film won several Academy Awards and is still remembered as a masterpiece of cinema. Even today, almost 90 years later, readers and viewers continue to discuss Scarlett and Rhett, their choices, and their struggles. The book has been translated into many languages and continues to inspire people with its story of survival, determination, and love. So, Gone with the Wind is more than just a novel. It is history, romance, and human struggle combined into one unforgettable story. That is why, even today, people all over the world still read and love this book. If you enjoyed this summary, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more books.